Hi everyone, it's Leonette. Welcome back to DIY Beauty on Purpose. Today I bring you 3 traditional farmhouse DIYs, and I'm calling them traditional, but I don't know what traditional farmhouse is, but in my mind, in my head, these 3 kind of can fall into the traditional farmhouse look. The first project I'm doing is I am going to make a pillow for a rocking chair that I have in my living room. So I have this regular bed pillow that I got at Walmart. I get these at Walmart because they're like under $3, and I use the pillow stuffing to make other projects. So I have already used about a third of this pillow. So I'm just going to cut the excess fabric, and I'm going to turn this regular bed pillow into a living room pillow or a sofa pillow, I guess, or decorative pillow, throw pillow. But before we get any further, I want to tell you about my friend Sandra at the Schwowin's Nest. She is very talented, and she reached out to me about doing a collaboration. So we are going to bring you some farmhouse decor DIYs, and I have her channel linked down below in my description box. She does a lot of DIYs, home decor, farmhouse. She's very talented, and I know you're gonna love her videos. So check her out. Go in my description box when you're done with this video, and tell her that I sent you over. All right. So, anyways, moving on to my first project. So now that I cut the excess part of the fabric, I am just going to sew the one end, and I'm just going to make it more into a square, which is what a typical All right, so now I'm going to take this blank air sheet. It was from the thrift store, and I thought it was such a good quality, and I love that edge it has, that border it has. So I am going to cut enough fabric to make a cover for the pillow. Now this this cover, I wanted to be just a little short of it being a full cover. I don't know if that makes sense. So I am going to cut enough fabric to sew around, but I want to have just about 1.5 to 2 inches left of the pillow showing, because I'm going to put on some straps and tie them. I've always seen these covers, and I thought what a great moment to try it out. So I'm just cutting, like I said, the sheet, and that's it. I'm going to cut it, and then I'm going to sew it so that it fits the pillow. See how it's like just short of being a complete cover, and that's what I'm looking for. And now I'm just making sure that I know kind of where I'm going to sew. So I'm using my sewing machine. I am not an expert sewer at all, but I think a regular stitch I can handle. And on this case, I just have to do 2 ends, because one's already, where I folded it, and then the other side is going to stay open. So this is what it looks like, and before I cut the excess fabric on the edge, I just want to make sure that the pillow fits inside the cover. And I think it fits perfectly. Thank God. So then I ended up, removing it, and then cutting the excess, of course. So then I thought about sewing straps, and then I saw that the other part of the sheet had this seam already sewn. So I thought I'm just going to cut this seam out of the sheet, and I'm going to make straps out of these. They're already sewn. It already matches the fabric. Why not? Saves me some time. I want 3 straps, so I'm going to first kind of measure with the pillow just to kind of see how long I want these straps, because it's going to eventually be 6 straps if you think about it, 3 on each side. So I'm just going to cut the 3, and then I'm going to cut those 3 into 6s. And now I'm going to attach the straps on even sides. So I'm just counting the little loops there to make sure that I sew them on each side evenly. And then I do that on this other side as well to match, and that way I can just tie those straps together. And I want to tell you, this sheet, it was a twin size sheet, and I got it for about $3.49. Pretty good deal. So I thought this pillow needed a little something. And I wanted it to have, again, that farmhouse charm. So I cut this stencil on my Cricut, and I am going to stencil it on the pillow. This is the first time I have ever stenciled on fabric. I stencil a lot on furniture, on home decor, but I've never stenciled on fabric. I love the way it turned out. I was very pleased, but I was nervous because I just didn't know what to expect. It did help that the fabric is actually a good quality, so I think that helped. So I'm just going to center it as much as I can. Again, this pillowcase, it's not going to be a complete pillowcase because it's going to be just short on the other end. So I wasn't sure like where the middle would be, but I did the best I could. So just using some transfer tape to transfer the stencil, and the stencil says Farm Sweet Farm, which I thought would be very appropriate. And I'm going to stencil it. Oh, I did put these just pieces of scrap cardstock paper in between or inside the pillowcase so that the paint doesn't go through on the other side. I'm going to stencil it using a sponge stencil brush and chalk paint in the charcoal by Rust-Oleum. And I did just one coat, and it was a very choppy coat. I didn't want it to be full coverage because I want, again, this pillow to look just a little worn, you know, like it has some years in it. Removing it was actually harder than what I thought because once you pull, the fabric pulls with it, but it wasn't like terrible. But I really love the way it turned out. The bleed, there was really, I think there was no bleed through. So I'm really happy with that. And I just like how it has that like a little bit of faded look to it. And then once I finish this, it's all done. And there it is. I think it came out super cute. I'm so proud of myself for having this vision for this pillow and this sheet. And for $3.50, and again, the pillow I already had, but it was under $3. You can't go wrong. So I really like it. And it is an 18 by 18, so I think it'll fit other throw pillows. So I'm really happy with this cover. All right, so for my next DIY, I am going to take this little like planter box, and I'm doing it very slow here because I actually forgot to record when I removed 2 planks from each side. I removed them just using the mallet and a screwdriver. I just thought those it was just too high on the sides. Those planks, they were just a bit too high, and I wanted it to have more space right there in the middle. So I did that, and then I also tightened these two little wood parts on the top with my brad nailer. And I apologize for not having that footage. Just, I don't know what happened. I thought I hit record, but I didn't. So I took it outside, and I'm just spray painting it. I know it's a little different. I usually paint with chalk paint. I decided to spray paint because I am just not a fan of painting inside of things. Like the thought of painting with a brush inside this, like, it just, to me, it was just too much work. So I was not in the mood for that. So after it was fully dry, I am now sanding it with a 220 grit sandpaper and my electric sander. I want this to have a very distressed look. And that's it. I thought it distressed pretty well. And it's a very solid piece. So using the electric sander worked absolutely fine. So I dusted it, making sure that all the sanding dust was completely out. And now I'm going to use this decal from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to use the one that says live every moment. I often use these decals, but I break them apart a lot of times. I use a piece for here and a piece there, and that's the beauty of it. I really love that. So for this one, I just used the one in the middle, and then I separated the live and the every moment so that I can put them in different planks. I ended up later after this video, after this shot, I ended up putting it towards the bottom. As you can see, I just moved it one plank down. And then I cut this stencil of a chicken and its little cheek. And I'm just going to put it on the other side of it. And I thought it will make it just very farmhouse-ish. And I really liked the way it turned out. So I just cut it with my Cricut. And I'm just transferring it. And because it has that plank in the middle, or that part in the middle, I'm just going to cut it with the this is not an X-Acto knife. What is this called? Anyways, a blade. Yes, a blade. And I'm just going to cut it to make sure that it looks, I guess, neat. And that's it on that. I'm going to add some mason jars and some greenery, and that is it for it. The greenery that you're going to see me putting here is not the same greenery I ended up using. You'll see it on the pictures. I thought at first I would put this, which looks fine. I just wanted something a little more summery. And there it is. I use this grassy kind of faux floral. So I love it. I love this. This can be so many things. I thought about putting it in the bathroom with maybe some toilet paper, some greenery. I thought it would look cute there. It could be a beverage holder. It could be, you can put like spoons and napkins and plasticware for the summer in a picnic or outside. I just think it's so cute, and it has so many uses for it. I'm just so excited I found this. I actually thrifted this box, I guess, or planter box. I thrifted it for $4.99, and I thought it was a pretty good deal. All right, so on to my third and last project. This was also thrifted, and this was only 99 cents. And I thought it just screamed farmhouse. So when I saw it, I grabbed it. It was pretty dusty. I just dusted it. It wasn't super dirty or anything. And then I am going to paint it, of course. I'm going to use regular paint with some BB Frost. If you have not seen my recent videos, I have been using this because BB Frost sent me their products, and I'll have their website link down below. Just the product turns any paint into chalk paint. And I still have some left over, so I thought I'd use it. And I'm using my chippy brush, and again, just going to give it 2 coats. After the 2 coats were fully dry, I am now distressing with a 120 grit sandpaper by hand, and that's it. I'm going to give it a pretty heavy distress. Again, I want this to have a pretty good farmhouse style to it. And once I was done with the distressing, I dusted it very well. And I also cut a few stencils, or not stencils, but a few decals on my Cricut. And once again, I'm going to do like the animal theme, like the farmhouse animals. So I'm going to do a little pig, a chicken, and the chick. And I think I picked the goat. No, a cow for the last one. It was a cow. So I'm just going to place them in each little section. Now, of course, this is like a mail sorter, but it could be used for many things. You can put florals on it. I can put, I thought about using it in my office for the little pieces of vinyl that are left over that you can use for like smaller projects. I thought it would be cute for that. So there's many purposes you can use this, so I'm excited to have it. And then once I'm done with this last decal, I'll be all done. A lot of the products that I'm using, guys, are in my Amazon store. So the Amazon store is linked down below. So check it out if you want to check that out. Look how cute. Oh my gosh. So farmhouse, so cute. I love it. And I'm going to keep it. I'm actually going to keep this one. And I think I'm going to keep it in my office. But that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to check out Sandra's channel down below. You're not going to regret it. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, if you are coming from Sandra's channel, welcome, and I hope you consider subscribing, and I hope you have a